Hey guys, it's Dirk Blue Collar Chess, and in today's episode, we're going to look at this game I played for the 4NCL. I started playing for this. I don't know. I met this guy online. We were playing chess. We actually started talking about the game after the game, and we hit it off. And he was doing this league for the 4NCL, and he asked me to join it. It's his online tournament, and so I play some games for him once in a while. Anyways. So this is one of the games I played recently. It's a 45, 15-minute game. I am rated, this is Lichess ratings, 2,118 classical, and my opponent is rated 1672 classical. So with the 4NCL, these guys kind of play amongst themselves, and they seem to use Lichess accounts that don't have a lot of games on them. So the ratings aren't the same. So a 1672 tends to play more like a 1900 Lichess, in my opinion, or a 1600 more like a 19 to 2000. So it's very misleading. Anyways, okay. So I played knight f3. He played d5. We had g3 and bishop f5, which. This is a bit of a weird move, but I just kept going like I normally would. And he played c6, so he's playing kind of the stodgy way. And honestly, so I looked at this guy's games beforehand, and I kind of had an opinion of his games, and I felt like if I pushed the matters a little bit, that he might go wrong. Okay, so that was my game plan going into it. Not really any opening prep or anything like that. Just straight up try to be as aggressive and as solid as possible. Okay, so I castled. He played knight d7 here. So here, c4, d3, and b3 are all like normal moves. Let's look at the database here. The master's database is d3, c4, and d4. So mostly d3. So it's that King's Indian attack type thing. Let's look at Lichess here. So in Lichess, though, it's all d3 and d4, with c4 coming in third. And white scores really well here. Let's see what my parameters are. Let's get bullet out of there. So I have 1800 to 2500. I'm going to do blitz, rapid, and classical. And let's look at those. So it's, so 54% for d3, 53 for d4, and 55 for c4. So some of these more offbeat openings, they're they're pretty good for like that club level player. So I played d3. Let's get out of there. And he played e5, which is kind of going with his last move. So I played rook e1. I was expecting this move, actually. But it should be better for me. It's really hard to prove, though, right? So you play knight h4, bishop e6. I don't know. Maybe d takes c4 here, or even c4. I like both of those moves. I'd probably say so. Let's look at d takes c4. Here, bishop takes c4, and all right. Hold on. Let's take a look real quick. So is that definitely how it's going to happen? How about this? Yeah. Then. Yeah, so that's what happens. So if he plays e4, he's going to lose a pawn. Okay. All right, I did not know that. So bishop d6. And so e4. e4 myself, bishop e6. E takes d5, c takes d5. These are all the best moves, so I'm just going to go with them. Up to here. So c4 was considered the best move. I decided to play knight g5 because I don't know. I thought I'd open up my bishop. I might be able to bring it to h3, play f5, possibly, maybe not. I hadn't decided on that 100%. I was more trying to open up my my bishop, possibly get my queen out. I just wasn't sure. All right, so knight g to f6. I should say he's spending a lot of time now. So from move 9, from move 8 for black to move 9. He spent 10 minutes. So that's a long time for a move like knight f6, right? Okay, so I play c4, again, posing some problems for him. And now he spent almost 4 minutes. So after c4, he castled, and he spent 4 minutes on castling. I should take knight takes e6 here. I didn't like the idea of opening up his rook. It probably isn't terrible, but that's why I didn't do that. So, anyways, so knight c3, just put more pressure on the pawn, even though and knight takes c6, h3, and queen d2 are all better for me. I played knight c3. Okay, whoops. He plays d4. Play knight ce4. And, oh yeah, so right here. So he has 26 minutes. And that move, he's got 15 minutes left. So these moves, like, I don't know what he's calculating here. I don't know if he's calculating the pawn takes, the bishop's hanging maybe. Maybe he's thinking that, and he's going to move his bishop or move his knight. He's not sure what to do. I'm guessing what's happening is that when he's calculating, the position's getting hazy. So I think he would probably be a very good candidate for some visualization training. Because if you're calculating just like d4, you know, and if you're having a hard time seeing what's going to happen afterwards. All right, so knight ce4. Oops, knight ce4. He takes, and I think he probably thought I was going to take back with a knight, but if I take back with a bishop, I win a pawn here. So bishop takes e4. Knight goes to f6. I think h6 was a little bit better there, but anyways, knight goes to f6. I should have took e6 here. So you should have played h6, and then I should have took knight takes e6, f takes e6, bishop takes b7, rook b8, bishop g2. But even here, after I take bishop takes b7, I still could have took I still could have took that. Or even here, like after this, right, which is his next move, I could still take this. So pretty much they're saying this is my best move, my best setup is to double his pawns and to bring my bishop back to g2. Okay. So f takes e6 because I'm hitting the queen, and bishop g2. So anyways, so I took the pawn, rook b8, bishop g2. Now bishop g4. Now this is why they were saying I should have took the bishop. Okay. So now we've got bishop to f3. Queen c2 is probably a little bit better, but I played it this way. He thought for a while, for about 4 minutes, and played bishop f5. I'm not really sure what he thought that move was doing. I decided he just wanted to trade all the pieces because he's gonna hit the knight in a second. So queen e2. Again, I'm just trying to hold the position together pretty well. I don't mind the fact that I haven't developed my bishop or my rook because my bishop's fine there, and my a1 rook is going to be fine there, I think. Once I start pushing those pawns, it may be okay there. I may need to move it to the b file, but it could be okay as well. So anyways, h6. He plays h6. Plays h6. I play knight e4, hitting both the bishop and the knight. And then he plays bishop, knight takes e4. Plays bishop takes e4, bishop takes e4, queen takes e4. My position is still pretty solid. So he plays queen he plays queen c7. If he played f5, it would have been queen d5, whoops, queen d5 check, and a3, and this is a pretty good position for me too. So yeah, so a3. So anyways, so queen c7, a3, trying to get in b4. He plays a5. Excuse me, I could actually play b4 here. I had no idea I could play b4 here. So b4, a takes b4, and a takes b4. And so now, if he takes with a rook, I don't know. You got queen d5 and rook a6. Rook a6 is probably okay. I like queen d5 too. So look at queen d5 real quick. Rook b6, stopping rook a6, and then you got bishop a3, yeah, I mean, this is an okay position for me. Probably going to win that pawn eventually on e4, e5 rather. Bishop takes b4, of course, you just take the pawn here. And you got that pass pawn on c4. c4 is a pass pawn. Anyway, so I ended up playing rook b1 instead of b4. And he then played f5, which I just checked him with queen d5 check. He played king h8. I don't think the moves really mattered that much there, which one he picked. So then I played bishop d2, and I should mention he's down to 2 minutes now. And he played rook f to d8. Unfortunately, that does line up the queen, the rook on a dark diagonal, and so I played bishop takes a5. And in this position, I am plus 3.8, and he decided to resign, didn't want to play anymore. He only had a minute 55, and I still had 34 minutes. So I don't necessarily recommend this tactic to you, but a lot of times if you are playing somebody that you suspect might be a little bit weaker than you are, you can kind of demoralize them with time pressure. So if they're making moves that are taking them 10-15 minutes, and you make a move in like a couple seconds, and it's a better move, or they just didn't see it, or any of those things, they can get really demoralized. And I suspect a couple of those things happened during this game with this guy, because his time management was really bad. Or maybe something pulled him away and he had to do something else. I have no idea. But anyway, so for me, my takeaways from this game is really just kind of, I had to spend a little more time on the opening, maybe a little more of the offbeat lines of my offbeat line, you know. So, yeah, so this has been Derek with Blue Collar Chess. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it's somewhat educational. Some games are more about the psychology than about the actual moves, because I didn't play in the most ambitious way. I mean, I definitely made some pawn breaks, and I was finding some good moves where my opponent seemed to be a little more reactive. But yeah, this is Derek Blue Collar Chess. If you liked it, like it. Talk to you guys later.